Well, sound check on the spot here. It sure is great to be in Takilma. Oh my goodness. All sorts of friends keep popping up out there in the audience. Xerox machine, and they look for just all I can go. And what they do is Xerox the money. They Xerox the money. They don't think it's funny. They Xerox the money. Hey, they just do it, honey. Xerox the money. Cause what they do is Xerox the money. They Xerox the money. Hey, they don't think it's funny. Yeah, they Xerox the money. Yeah, they just do it, honey. Xerox the money. 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 They just do it, honey. Xerox the money. We had a mill that closed in Mendocino County, in a town called Potter Valley. And as usual, they blamed the mill closure on environmentalists and our lawsuits. And I was just got a little bit more irked than usual when I read it this time around. So I wrote a song to explain why the mill really closed. And I'd be happy to report that we had between 50 and 60 mill workers request this song on KUKI Country Radio after it came out. They kind of like this. There's some actual quotes from the mill workers as to some of their thoughts in the middle of the song, so I didn't make up any of this. Just happened that way. Here. Now the mill in Potter Valley, it's been here 50 years, milling all them fur around here. But now we're running out of timber, and the mill is shutting down. They're packing up their bandsaws, and they're moving out of town. And they're closing down the mill at Potter Valley, leaving all us good folks in a bind. They're closing down the mill at Potter Valley, and I can't believe the mess we'll leave behind. Now Ray says there's timber back there, the hall they right past town. Sam says they'll only reopen if some other mill burns down. Hey, the company says it's environmentalist, printing up their style. But as I look out on the Mendocino farms, can't see a tree for miles. And they're closing down the mill at Potter Valley, leaving all us good folks in a bind. They're closing down the mill at Potter Valley, and I can't believe the mess we'll leave behind. Now when they doubled our shift 5 years ago, I knew soon would see this day. And now our property values are dropping. I can't sell and I can't pay. But that machinery all stayed right here, the moving would be a crime. We kept it fixed and running for 50 years. We ought to fix it one more time. Cause we're closing down the mill at Potter Valley, leaving all us good folks in a bind. They're closing down the mill at Potter Valley, now can't believe the mess we'll leave behind. No, I can't believe the mess we'll leave behind. I understand. I never did like dogs. Sorry, now you all know I'm not a dog man. I like cats. And speaking of cats, I understand that you've all had some interesting negotiations with the Bureau of Land Management, and that in case of, I understand about 5 timber sales, you managed to stave off the BLM, and you know, you should all be real happy with that. So, of course, you got to remember, BLM isn't the smartest government bureaucracy in the world, so don't pat your back too hard. We battled the BLM down in the Caddo Wilderness, down in Mendocino County, and we blockaded them for 3 days. And the Department of the Interior, at the request of the Caddo Indian tribe, who the BLM had unfortunately never heard of at the time, they stopped the logging after 3 days in the blockade. George was there. George and I first started putting together at a BLM blockade. And at 13,000 acres, you know, Elkhorn Ridge, Caddo Peak area, it's still not being logged yet. It's tied up in court and it's looking good.
It's not being logged at all.
It's not going to be logged at all, that's right. Caddo to the ocean, here we come. All right, so here's a song for the BLM. So the BLM intelligence test, if you want a job with BLM, you have to first learn how to spell it. Now the Bureau of Land Management is part of the U.S. and they've managed our soil much better than anyone can, I guess. Now they know about the forests and the mountains high above, and they know what each damn tree is worth, because trees are what they love. Now they lease our land for cattle, because they love the wildlife so, and keeping all the trees cut down helps the grass population grow. But our land is reaping fortunes, so the U.S. can't can survive. Each acre stomped by cattle earns $1.35. Hey, BLM, you ain't the friend of the eagle and the bear, but the corporations love you, cause they get the lion's share. Could it be you're jealous of the world you're tearing down? Cause if you was 1/10 of an eagle, you'd see better than you see now. Now they have these public hearings where they ask our point of view. Like, what do you think about this thing here on page 4002? And they're so easy to get to if you just know how to drive, and you don't work, and you've got no kids, and your rich uncle just died. Hey, BLM, you ain't the friend of the eagle and the bear, but the corporations love you, cause they get the lion's share. Could it be you're jealous of the world you're tearing down? Cause if you was 1/10 of a grizzly, you'd be stronger than you are now. Now I read this in the Bible, and I saw it on TV, that the Lord created the universe and a whole lot else we see. Like every worm and every tree, God gave everything a place, and it's managed all so perfectly, except for the human race. Hey, BLM, you ain't the friend of the eagle and the bear, but the corporations love you, cause they get the lion's share. Could it be you're jealous of the world you're tearing down? Cause if you was 1/10 of a coyote, you'd be smarter than you are now. Cause a coyote don't kill everything in sight, they only take what they need, and they survive the cruelest predator, it's known as human greed. And coyotes don't dump in the water, they don't poison your bad sky, and a coyote may be tricky, but a coyote never lies. Now most of us here can't see 1/10 as good as an eagle, we're not 1/10 as strong as a grizzly, and we sure as hell ain't 1/10 as smart as a coyote. And yet here we are, creeping around the whole darn planet like we own the place. We have grown weak and foolish, and after we have killed everything that is beautiful, then we too shall die. And we cannot escape that, no matter how hard we try. Well, you gotta keep a sense of humor about these things. Does everybody out here have a sense of humor? Some of you aren't clapping. Now this song really isn't about tree spiking, even though the phrase comes up in every chorus. And this song really isn't about Jesus, even though it comes up in every chorus. What this song is really about is taking responsibility for everything you do. For everything you do, everything you put out there. That's what this song is about. Some say the Romans killed Jesus, and some say that it was the Jews, and some say that it was King Herod, and some say it was me and you. But when I think of the cross he was nailed to, and the tree that was logged for the wood, I realize it was the loggers killed Jesus, and it's time that we got them back good. So spy a treat for Jesus. Jesus will love you, you know. Spike a treat for Jesus, spike a treat for Jesus. Someday to heaven you'll go. Now the logger who cut that old tree down, he was just going along with the mob. When asked why he did it, he answered, I was only just doing my job. I don't care what they do with the timber, as long as they pay me my price. They can go make a frame to hang a picture. They can go make a cross to hang Christ. So spike a tree for Jesus, spike a tree for Jesus. Jesus will love you, you know. Spike a tree for Jesus, spike a tree for Jesus. Someday to heaven you'll go. Spike a tree for Jesus, spike a tree for Jesus. Jesus will love you, you know. Spike a tree for Jesus, spike a tree for Jesus. Someday to heaven you'll go. And Jesus will love you, you know. So we're going to do one more song. Can't even remember who's next. The Wallies, all right. Sorry, guys. The Wallies do this song too, so. All right. No, the last one you did also. So anyway, I'd just like to say that, there's 24 people or so who were arrested here in the commie offices, as I understand it. George, a friend of mine, Martha, and I, we got arrested for sitting in trees. And whether or not we all personally think that the time is right to go out there and do something, the time is always right. They're always cutting down the trees, they're always mining the land, they're always bombing the desert. And I guess what I want to say is that those 24 people, I don't know if they had the consensus of the community or not, but as far as my heart goes, they had the consensus of Mother Earth. And if anybody can support them, I know that some people are going to come up and talk about them later, but I just want to say that I think they did a real courageous thing, and I understand things are moving along for them okay, and I wish all of you the best of luck in saving your bioregion up here. We're working down in ours. And, we shouldn't be afraid to say, put the earth first, because all earth first is two words. That's all it is. And it kind of lets me tell people what I think is the most important thing to me. And I don't want anybody to ever take away that right by making it some kind of bad word or something. Even if some of the people giving us the hardest time are on our own side. Earth first is where I stand. I think it's where George Shook stands too. Clear-cutting chainsaws killing the trees, disrupting everything that lives in peace. Our animal friends are on the run, but there's nowhere to go when the job is done. How can we stand by while this all takes place? We've got to stop this inhuman race. No compromise, no compromise, no compromise, no compromise, no compromise in defense of Mother Earth. Earth first. Strip mining mountains by the ton, digging up the uranium. Bald eagle looking for a place to land. compromise in defense of Mother Earth. Don't we know there's gonna come a time when the tables will be turned? What will he say to answer for these crimes and for our lessons never learned? All native peoples of the earth, the land is yours by right of birth. But corporations can't stand to see the way that we were meant to be. Our sisters and brothers are dying every day while we drink our coffee and look the other way. No compromise, no compromise, no compromise, no compromise, no compromise in defense of Mother Earth. So how do we make up for our mistakes? The answer is whatever it takes. That pen is mightier than the sword, but a monkey wrench can do a whole lot more. The revolution is just around the bend. Will Mother Earth be your foe or your friend? No compromise, no compromise, no compromise, no compromise.